Hey guys and girls. Well, I've spent a good while now sorting out the points on this engine, stripping them down, rebuilding them, setting the spark gap, things like that. You know, all the stuff you got to do on the really old school petrol engines. Looking online last night, and I found out that this little engine is a design from the 30s. They never really changed the styles much until the 1960s, I do believe. So 30 good, a good 30 years of production. So apparently there's quite a few of them out there, so it's probably not worth that much. But it's still nice to get running again. I'm just going to do a spark test on it now after all this time rebuilding it, because it had no spark whatsoever at all before. I even held on to the actual spark plug lead while I pulled it to see if it would shock me, and nothing, absolutely nothing at all. So let's just give this a shot. There's no spark plug in it, obviously. It does take a rather interesting spark plug. It's almost like a tractor one. I can't really see it. I'll show you in a second, guys. Let's just see if there's a spark on this engine though, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there is a spark there, but it's not very strong. Sadly. It's not a very strong spark at all. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how old this engine is. It could be just the fact that it is that old. The magnets have worn down. It's not really the most likely story, but you know, it could be the most possible. I did put a little sandpaper on the points, and oh, that's the model number, is it? Yeah, there. If I get the model number, apparently I can email the guys and ask them how old this engine actually is, which would be quite nice because they have it all on record. Let's just try this again. It's touching, is it? Let's pull it away a bit. It's probably asking too much. Spark on these engines are not very good. Let's try that. Let's give it a good strong pull. Yeah, spark is hit and miss on the thing, but at least it's sort of working. Let's see if we can actually get the thing to fire now. Oh yeah, so I was going to show you the zoom out. The spark plugged in to put the camera over there. Right, yeah. I don't know if I've got any other spark plugs anywhere to hand, but that is what the spark plug on this engine looks like. Please note it is quite big. It's got an offset spark gap too. Interesting design. It's like the old tractor spark plugs, this thing. It's also got, if you look inside there, a thread. It looks like you can take it to bits, but I'm not going to do that, obviously. Champion 8com. I'm not sure what that stands for, but yeah, it looks like you could take it, unscrew it, but I'm not going to bother doing it. I know on some two-stroke engines they do like a bit of they do like a new spark plug every now and then. They will run a bit better with a new spark plug. Let's just give this a bit of a sandpaper, a little bit, just enough to get a nice surface on each one. There we go. Let's stick it back in. I'm going to do it hand tight because I don't think that will mess up the compression that much. Stick this back in again. This may be quite loud, so cover your ears. Guys with headphones, watch out. Let's screw this back on again. God, you love the old tech, don't you? This is fantastic work, this. Let's give it a bit of fuel. Primary carburetor up. There we go. See if I can get the thing to fire. I also managed to fix the throttle as well, so now the throttle actually works, opens and closes. That was all seized up. I don't think this engine has been run in salt water, which is quite nice. I think if it was, it would be in a lot worse condition than it is in now. I mean, some of the stuff that's on it is quite pitted and corroded, the chrome. But I think that that's just because it has been in fresh water. Right. We're ready to hear the magic happen, huh? Alright, let's just see if we get it to fire. Well, there wasn't any ignition there. I have taken the prop shaft off, the propeller, the prop shaft. I've taken the propeller off, so I'm not going to go cutting my legs up or anything. Safety first. I know this engine is supposed to run in water, something to do with back pressure on the exhaust, but if I can get it to fire, I'll be happy. Not bothered about it running, just want it to fire. We'll try it running in a bucket of water or something later. What was I going to do? I was going to put the choke on. Could do put some ventilation actually. There we go. Now open this door. Let's see if it'll fire again. Oh yes! That's what we wanted to hear. Well, I'll be. Here an engine lives, eh? How'd you like that? Isn't that fantastic? Let's try it again. It does say start on full throttle, but I'm a bit weary of starting the engine on full throttle. I know two-strokes can and will, if you don't watch out, rev up that high, they will shoot the big ends through the bottoms of the crankcase. Let's just try it again. Oh, if I got someone else to control the throttle, I reckon I could get this started. I wonder if I can control the throttle while I... Let's try it and see if it will, if it'll do it. Probably used too much throttle there. Oh, I can't believe it fires. That's really nice. Let's try it without the with a bit of choke on. This thing is missing the little air filter that goes inside it as well, but that's probably through years of use. This thing, I will say that pretty much every screw on this has got the signs of it being undone many times. You know, the telltale chewed up top, where it's all the things have been chewed up. Let's try this again. It's not actually as loud as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really loud. Yep, definitely smell the two-stroke. And again. We'll go back to choke. I think it seemed to like that more. There's got to be an easy way of starting this engine, surely. But I do like the idea. You've got no pull cord to break, no return spring to mess up. It's trying to go. do wearing gloves for this. Ugh, every gloves for the same hand, typical. It's always the same thing, there's never any right hand gloves, and this glove's an absolute mess, so I won't use that one. I'll use every one, look, is for the wrong hand. What is this sorcery? Try and stave off any rope burn I may get. Right. Let's try it without the choke. Now, I have got no idea what the what the various gaps are supposed to be, what millimeter or anything. You know, I was trying to say thou of an inch because that's what this runs in. Every nut and bolt on this thing is in imperial, so it's got to be an old one. Because I would have thought they'd have changed them all to metric when they when they did the conversion over. Let's try it again. Could be that or not. No, my fuel's not on. It does help if the fuel's actually on and going into the engine. I must have knocked it. Oh yeah, and I also forgot that because the tank's not full of petrol, it's not going into it. Yeah, it's not. Damn. No, don't come undone. Damn it, where is all this fuel? Surely I'm not out of fuel already. I'm not. It's just me. Right, let's try again. It's trying to go. Stubborn engine starts, eh? It's nothing like it. I'm doing a bit of duck oil will get it to fire. Now we've got a spark. Nope, expect a lot more smoke coming out the exhaust. I have absolutely no idea what time it is. The light's that bright. Sadly, I can't see the digital clock up there because it's one of those, just a standalone alarm clock, but it's got an illuminance thing on it. Let's try again. I guess it doesn't like the oil. That grinding sound, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like something's come loose. Yeah, what the hell's that making that noise? No, the bottom plate somehow has come loose. Oh yeah, the screw's gone down. Let's try and rectify that. Really loose. And sadly, my flat blades are really wide blades. I haven't got any thin flat blades. Very bizarre indeed. You guys are going to want to see this, aren't you? I know you'll like looking at all this cool stuff. Try and do it with the still on the tripod. How long have I been recording for anyway? Wow, 19 minutes. Yeah, that's what an engine looks like without its magneto on. Nice. If there is any Segull guys out there who's watching this video, I'll just show you what the model number is of the engine. It is a Lima Sierra 16727. So let's hope that that's quite an early model number. It'd be nice if it is. See how the point system on this thing works. Inside this cover here, I'll just take it off and show you guys because I know you like it. There you go. Look. Inside this cover here, there's a little cam here that spins around, and when it gets to top dead center, it just makes a contact like that, which earths the coil, gives it a ground, and generates the spark through this high tension wire here. That's a little resistor on there. I don't know why it's got a resistor. I may bypass that resistor just to see if it oh, 5,000 ohm resistor, yeah. I may bypass that just to see if I get a better spark out of it. But yeah, simple system. And you've got a screw there. You can undo that screw, move your points up and down to give yourself better timing, you know, as the points they do, you know, deteriorate over time. So you do have to you know, sand them down a bit, or you can do sand them down, move the point gap just to get your points to the right level again. Well, that's just interesting stuff. For those of you who have never seen this kind of technology before, like I say, in terms of simplicity, that's really simple stuff. The condenser to this is underneath the points. It's that black wire there. You probably just can see it. Yeah, that little black wire there goes down to the underside of the points into the condenser, which is just basically a capacitor. I did suspect the capacitor was on the way out. As I do with most of the things that I work with, as you've noticed. I always suspect the capacitors are on the way out. But if this thing is as old as it is, you have to take any possibilities. Let's put this thing back together again. I'll bring the camera around so you can see what I'm doing. This is all nice and greased around the. That's why the pulley comes off so well. Not the pulley, sorry. The cam, the flywheel. Sorry, get it. I'll get it right. Goes on there like that. If I screw that in, I should find the place where it wants to sit. Like there. Okay. That should give me the correct timing mark. Screw it into that. Try not to shred any threads. There we go, it's nice and tight now. Yeah, it's not rocking around like it was before. All back together again. So yeah, that's what it looks like inside there. Quite a few things that are stuck to it. Probably what was all grounded out on the flywheel. Simple stuff, look. Just got a magnet every now and then to pick up the to generate the spark. Treat one of these as like a generator. It's just a really high voltage generator. Somewhere there's a wood-rough key. There we go. Doesn't catch anymore, look. Laugh if that started it up. You really are supposed to take the spark plugs out before you do this kind of thing, or just even take the lead off. Nothing like living dangerously. It's a nice little cover for the top of it too. Really nice design engine. I actually quite like this engine. I know it's not the absolute oldest of the engines because the slogan on top reads the best outboard motor for the world. Now I know years and years ago when the company was quite young, the slogan was the best outboard motor in the world. Obviously then companies rose up and made better engines than this one. So that is, so they had to change the name. But as simplicity goes, yeah, I would definitely say this is probably the best outboard motor in the world. Right, still grounding out. I wonder why it's grinding out. I bet there's some stuff in there that I never took off. Right, anyway, let's get back to trying to start this thing. I'm going to have to edit this video massively because I have done a lot of talking and not a lot of moving. Yeah, but if you can see inside there, can you see inside there? Let me drop the camera down a bit. You can just about make out the accelerator look. And look how it nicely returns back down again to how it should be. That was all seized up. It's been stood for a long time. I'll step it back a bit. My homemade tripod's working quite well. I'm quite pleased with it. Put the fuel back on again. Didn't make the same mistake we did last time. See if it fires. Wait, I didn't connect the line, did I? Can't be doing that. Can't go get very far without a spark. Just screws together. Simple stuff. Let's see what it does. The whole top spins around on this. You wouldn't want to fall on it while it was running. Just try and get some more fuel in there. My hand's now covered in petrol. Thanks. see if it fires. Well, we've got a single fire out of that one. This is taking me some time to try and get it running into it. Could have a little quiz. What would have you done to have got it running, huh? Take the battery drill up to the top and spin it round with the battery drill. Could do that one. Where's the fun in that, huh? Let's put the choke back on. Look, the choke's quite good if you can see that. It's just a little window, a flag which comes down and just covers the air hole. The carburetor entrance, or whatever you want to call it. Intake. There you go, intake. I do like two-stroke motors because they are so very simple. There's nothing to them much. Let's see if this works. Nope. The flywheel's still catching on something. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it was dropped at some point in time and it's buckled the bottom plate. It's more of a an annoyance than an inconvenience, I suppose. That should be firing. Why aren't you firing? I blame electronics. My rope's fraying. Oh, that didn't go to plan, did it? Hit it just as it was on compression. Let's take it over compression. I don't know what it is that's grounding out, but it seems to be getting worse and worse as I turn it. It's now at the point where it's really grounding against it. I don't know what it is that's doing it either. Alright guys and girls, I think I'm going to call it a night because this is getting a bit long. Been at it for half an hour, wow. I'll cut this video down so it's not as long, I'll just do the highlights of it. Alright guys and girls, thanks for watching and peace out.